day here in Omaha. It's not live. There we go. Subscriber mode. We have to get our subscriber mode on so that we don't get the weirdos here. There we go. Alrighty. So it's a busy day today. It was pretty quiet, and then all of a sudden everybody seemed to pop on. But that's good. That's a good thing. So I was off this latter part of the week. As y'all know, we were supposed to went to Texas, and unfortunately, my mother-in-law is now on hospice. So, just with everything going on, I decided to go ahead and take my vacation days. And in the meanwhile, am I? You know what? Hold on. Let me fix it. I know what's going on. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. It's kind of weird because I thought maybe the headphones were still on Bluetooth, but they weren't. So it might be you, Beth. So, anywho, so my oldest daughter and I hit up the bins Thursday with her husband. His first time there. So there'll be a haul video coming out on that because we found a lot of stuff. And it was crazy busy for a weekday. It was insane. Then Friday, she was like, do you want to go to this estate sale? I'm like, I haven't been to one this year because, I'm always working. So anyway, we decided to hit up this estate sale, and she had never been to an estate sale before. And I was trying to set her expectations. I was like, first day, prices might not be all that great. We'll see. No, they were good. They were really good. I filled up my tote. So, anywho, let's get into it. Yeah, shut up, Beth. I got some good stuff. The prices were so good. I got vintage Halloween. So, I was so excited. And they didn't even charge us what they should have charged us. Because when I was doing my inventory on everything, I was like, I should have been charged a lot more. Because a lot of things didn't have prices. It was more of like, there's a sign, everything holiday, $1. All this other stuff, $2. And, so you kind of lost track of what was going on. So anyway, let's get started with what I picked up. So, and unless I tell you otherwise, everything's up for grabs. It is. Let's be honest. Look at this little trinket dish. Oh, it's so good. And it is made in Italy. I don't know about y'all, but if you've handled enough Italian pottery, you just start knowing before you even pick it up. But I just thought that was gorgeous. This lady has some really nice things in her house. I was telling Sky, I was like, I wonder what was here before we got here. Let's see. Now, if you were on my basement haul, we found recipe boxes, tons of recipe boxes with recipes and most of them. So, but while I was at this estate sale, there were several packs of blank recipe cards. So, look at these. So my younger daughter is going to be helping me, and we're going to be pulling a bunch of those recipe cards, and we're going to be bundling them with some other items for Wednesday's sale. So if you like vintage recipe boxes, and each box will have actual vintage recipes in them, that is what's coming Wednesday. So let's see. I also found some new old stock Halloween. Look at all these. And that wasn't the only thing that I found. I found like new old stock paper plates. These were from Kmart back in the day. So I snagged those because it is getting really hard to find vintage Halloween. Have y'all noticed that? I used to find vintage Halloween all the time in the thrift store, but lately I don't find it so much. So there's going to be Halloween kind of sprinkled all in here. But I also found this little girl. She's a little Hong Kong figurine. Like, she's got a frog on her head. Isn't she adorable? Because when we were looking around, I was like, a lot of stuff is newer, so you had to really pick things up and start looking at them. And I also got this little hand-painted witch. She's one of those wood witches. I thought she was absolutely adorable. And then also got, like I said, you had to be looking. I started digging. Like we went through this house a couple times looking at stuff. Look at this. This is a vintage Packerware. It's called Packerware. And I got 3 matching cups. It is in amazing condition. I don't think it was ever used. And I think this lady entertained because she had so much party kind of stuff. It was crazy. I was like, are you running a business or are you entertaining? I mean, like every season you could think of, this woman had. It was wild. Let's see what else. Oh, and napkin rings. Like, I picked up this box. There's a whole set of 12 brass Christmas napkin rings that came in this little container. And grab that. Then look at this. Look how cute that is. It's like a little paddle. It's got numbers on one side, and you got the alphabet on the other side. It's a little carved wood paddle. Super, super cute. Grab that. And then I also saw this little sheer Valentine hanky. So I went ahead and picked that up. I thought, even though it, obviously it's not Valentine's, but I was like, I'm always on the lookout for holiday stuff. because I keep a bin, and as I find it, I'll put it in there. And then when it comes around that holiday, I'll be ready to list it. All right, the next up, there was this tin, but when I opened it up, hey, Petty Sue, when I opened it up, it had these little guys in there. And I looked this up. I think this was from 1954, 59, and it's called Space Bug Pet Game. So there's actually a market out there for these guys. So I picked them up because I was just like, I don't know. Those just look interesting enough. They must be something. So always trust your gut. And I also got, I think I have one of these for Christmas, I believe. But look at this. Hey, Amy, thanks for the raid. This little Taiwan Halloween wind chime. That. Like I said, we got tons of stuff. It was crazy good. And my daughter does toys. So she got quite a bit of stuff. And look at this. Look at this Osco tin. Look how cute. I have not seen this tin before. I thought he was adorable. I had to pick him up. In really good shape. So, snagged that. Then, also got, and she had a wide range of stuff. I mean, she had vintage and she had antiques. But I picked up this old leather wallet. And I thought it was really interesting. Look on the inside, how it's done. I have not seen one like this before. But it's really nice. I can't quite make out that stamp on the inside, but it's in good condition. You know, and when I say good condition, I mean like it still snaps and all that kind of stuff, because those things are usually toast. Yeah, I know. And then y'all, I was trying to figure out what this is. Y'all gonna help me. I do not know. Look at this. It's got arms. It got armholes. So is this for a baby or is this for a doll? I mean, it's all crocheted. It's all handmade. And at first, when I picked it up, I thought it was like a collar, you know? But then I realized it's got arms. I've not seen anything quite like that. So I had to pick it up because it was so unusual. And I also found this gorgeous shawl. Oh my goodness, y'all. It feels so good. It is so soft. This little piano shawl. It is gorgeous. So I had to snag that. I was surprised it was still up there. And then, y'all, look at this. I thought this was going to be an apron at first, but no. It's like a card table. Little Christmas gingham, little, pretty little card table. But it's gingham with the little rickrack, and it says, "Give us our daily bread." How cute is that? It's just beautiful. So I was really surprised. You know, like I said, I thought it was going to be an apron, but I've never seen somebody do a little card tablecloth like that. So I was like, oh, that would be perfect, like around Christmas time, because if you have big family gatherings like my husband's family does, you always got all these little tables all over the place for serving, food and stuff. There was, I was like, where'd that go? I also found this little hand painted little wood stamp box, where your rolled stamps would come out on that side. You just stick them on the inside. I thought that was really pretty. I did snag that one. And y'all, look at this. I could not believe this was still there. Look at this. It's a Christmas runner. Look at that. Look how cute that is. It's in really good condition. But it kind of reminds me of like a Swedish kind of linen. It's like a linen-y kind of deal. I do need to give it a little bit of a soak, but I haven't seen that one before. So I had to snag that. I also grabbed this little yellow this little yellow with the satin trim little child's blanket. It's in really good shape. There was one room that was just full of toys and all kind of baby goodies. My daughter kind of went bonkers in there. And look at this little brass Christmas tree, little paperweight. It's not a toy, guys. It's not a toy. Did you find it funny when they put stuff like that on there? Oh my gosh. Oh. I also grabbed this little needlepoint bunny pillow. So I thought he'd be perfect to put up in my Easter box. Super cute. It's in really good shape. I always snag these needlepoint pillows. They actually move quite well for me. Yeah, Amy, it's an estate sale. My daughter and I, we did the bins Thursday, and then Friday there was an estate sale. And I was kind of skeptical because it was going to be first day, and I was like, don't get too excited. Prices are going to probably not be great. They were crazy. They were crazy good. And then I think Friday they were doing half off. I don't know what was left. But look at this. Look at this beautiful Dare 10. I'm going to snag it. I love the colors on it. I have my bin over here, so I'm bending down to grab some stuff out of it. And look at this guy. Look at him. He is done. He's like tea stained, but he's all hand done. Look how cute he is. I thought he was adorable. No, this is not like staining. It's that tea where they put the fabric in the tea to color it. Yeah, this one was good. She had a lot of really good stuff. And then I picked up this Marjolaine Baston. I do really well with these. There is a little clip. It's a magnetic clip. But I just sold some things from like that I had bought over a year ago at a hoarder estate and just got around to listing, and they sold within hours. So I always pick her stuff up. Then also picked up this little vintage bunny book. So, you know, some of the stuff I'm just gonna like do in like a little lot. Is why I picked up some of the little things. I thought that was cute. This is by Gibson. So I think it's like that stationery company. I had that. Then we had, this was given to them in 1944, Christmas Day, but it's Prayers for Girls. And it still has the inscription on it. But it is, what is the copyright on this book? Copyright 1924. It's got all these little prayers in there. So I thought that was pretty good. I didn't snag it. And this, yeah, I was surprised that nobody had grabbed this. But look, this is an old ledger. And it is full of all kind of entries in it from 1912. Isn't that amazing? You know, and I think it's in great condition. That's just me. I love this kind of stuff. You know, I just, so I snagged that one. And then I also grabbed, let's see, for the most part, they were good about where stickers were. But look at this. Oh, I don't know. I got some letters. I got those letters from a young man to his mother from when he went to college that I was thinking about doing. But I also picked up this, the tall book of Mother Goose. So, and somebody did put like some tape, you know, to save the binding on it. But look at that. Look how cute that book is. Yeah. But I was, you know, it was another item that I was like, I'm surprised that it was still there, to be honest. So, that. And then I also got, these are in their boxes, but look at all these like miniatures. This is the ice box. So she had a big old dollhouse, and all these things were available. Then there is this little brass bed, and everything is, you know, it's still all in there. Grabbed that. Also got this federal china cabinet. But look at that. I mean, we made multiple laps, and I swear I found more stuff every time I went back and did another lap. My daughter sent me this little reel last night that said, okay, we gotta go. And then 2 seconds later, the other one, they're in line. They're looking at something else. And they're like, yeah, we gotta go. And then they'd be like, you'd see them in another section of the store. Yeah, we gotta go. It's like, yeah, that was us. Skylar was in line. I was still digging in boxes. Oh, look at this one. Oh, so good. This is one of those, what do you call it? I forgot what you call those. Who's like a Hoosier cabinet, which I would love, but I don't know where I would put one. But I don't know. One day. One day, maybe. And then I got also this bag of napkin rings. These are all Hong Kong napkin rings. So I did pretty well with that sort of stuff on my Etsy. And then look at that. Look at this big stack of Thanksgiving placemats that I picked up. Huge. So I was really curious. I'm like, did she do events like a Rotary Club, or did she have a big family? You know, what was the story behind all of that? And I also picked up this little vintage Christmas stationery. And I'm saving the best for the end. And then I found this little Artesania Rinconada sheet. It's really nice here today, Penny Sue. It is super, super nice. Oh. And then, let me get her out. I found her, and she is signed as well down back here. Well, look, she's holding the baby bunny. How cute that is. So, look at these. Oh my gosh. Look at these little pumpkins with the spiders. And these are a thing. I mean, these go for really good money. So I got that one, and everybody was passing them by, and I'm like, I picked it up. I was like, no, we're gonna pick those up. Look at that. Yes, ma'am. I sure did. It is a. Let me get this over here because I don't want anything to get chippy. It's a little Artesania Rinconada sheet. Look at him. It's so cute. And everybody, let me tell you, that garage was covered and nobody picked him up. So, well, I can run him, Laura. If you want me to run him, I can run him. Okay. Are you good with running him at 10? Let me know. Okay. I will start him. We're going to start him. Yeah, no chips or cracks. He's in great condition. I had been in that garage, the garage was swarming. And the things that I found, even after leaving the garage, going in the house, coming back out to the garage, I was really surprised was still out there. So. Alrighty, Laura, that is coming to you because I know you have that little collection going. So, all right. Next up, let's see. And we found some littles. So I will show you those. Get them out of the baggies here. When I do my inventory, I go ahead and I put everything, like especially jewelry, in their little baggies and their numbers so that I can go back in my inventory sheet. And plus, it helps me find them. But I found a surprise when I was going through. I always say trust your gut. You know, when you're looking at things, you should always trust your gut. And I haven't figured out what company it is, but it was really good. It was really, really good. So I almost got them all done. Let's see. And then I have one I'm trying to figure out what, I don't know who the maker is on it. So, all right. So, right? All right, I'm going to flip you around. So, first up was this little enameled blue pen. Well, I say little. I mean, it's a good size pen. It's in really good shape. Still has all of its rhinestones. I didn't see any damage to the paint on it. So, right, Beth, they were. Then I was like, oh, let me look at this chain, you know? And sure enough, let's see, where was it? It is Italy. So I do need to test it. I don't know if it's light vermeil, maybe, but you know, I this was out on like just out on the dollar table. I was like, oh, I gotta look at that. And I found this little pewter squirrel. Look how cute he is. Not sure who the maker is. I'm gonna have to get my big old magnifier out on him. But I was like, he's so cute. And then I found this little Liz Claiborne bee brooch. I found 2 stick pins, which I thought were absolutely gorgeous. Not marked. I snagged them. And look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the profile on this thing. And the back is just as pretty. And it's not marked. So I was like, I just thought it was gorgeous. Snagged that. And then, y'all, I don't know. Whoop. So I don't know who the maker is on these. I mean, I know there's something. I know they're not just your average figurine. I know there's a specific market for these, but I haven't been able to identify the actual maker. I've seen these before, but I just can't put my finger on. Well, I can't put my finger on because I keep dropping it. But I don't know who the maker is on that. So I still need to look into that more. So, but y'all want to know what the biggest surprise was? Always look in those boxes where they have those little, what do you call it? Like Rotary Club, Lions Club pins, because look at this. Y'all see that? 10 karat. And I have had the Union Pacific ones. I don't know what company this is, but those are going to be rubies on it. And this would have been like a service pin. So I had that one. And then I had one with the sapphires on it that is also 10 karat. Yep, true rubies will glow. So when I first saw these, I thought it was like a cufflink until I turned it around and I saw it was a pin. And I could not read that itty bitty writing, but I knew based on the Union Pacific ones that I got that this was going to be something special. So I snagged both of those, and I told my daughter, I said, and I was looking at them last night, and I said, dang it, I should have dug in that tin even more than I did, because there probably were more in there, you know. And I was just thinking, let me turn you away. When I was looking, I saw like a lot of your what do you call it, your Kiwanis Lions Club kind of pins, but those, you know, stood out a bit. So I snagged those, but I was just like, you know, I was so busy looking at everything people were bringing out. I was like, I need to get in there. I need to see what's in there. And I should have went back and looked even more. So, but I also got, and this is the last thing that I picked up. Let me get it. Oh my goodness, it's big. It's big. So I got this. Look, it's got a shepherd on the front, but it's full. So let me turn y'all around. Clear off a couple things off this table. Oh, I want to turn y'all around. It was full. So look at this. I was just like, it is so cute. I was just like, why doesn't the family want this stuff? Look at the little Easter things. I know, right, Beth? I had a few albums to take apart now. I don't understand, Amy. It blows me away that the families let this kind of stuff go. Look at her. She's one of those, she moves. I don't know. I had to take her out to get her to move, but she does move. And so does this duck. It's a mechanical as well. So, but look at all of these little, this is flocked. That little bear. I was just like, it's so good. Oh my gosh, look at this. It says Merry Christmas, but I'm like, no, that's like 4th of July. Look at that. Yeah, I just don't want with the way they're mounted in here. I have several mechanical cards, but I just don't want to, mess with it while it's glued down. But look, it was full, guys. It is just full. Look, she's got like a little veil on her. That one's mechanical as well. So I was just like, oh, this one's flocked as well. So y'all know I had to grab them, and that one's flocked. So I don't, yeah, I couldn't leave it there. I could not. Even though even though taking them out of here is going to be a project, I could not leave that. Look, this one's mechanical. It's so cute. Oh, look at that one. Old King Cole. Oh my gosh. This is 1950. Look, she even wrote the dates. 1950 on them. Oh, these are so cute. The deer. Those are adorable. Let's play post office. So great. I beelined it when I was on the other side of the table when I saw it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what that is. I ran around that table and grabbed that before anybody else could look through it. Look how cute. Look. And it's got like little lace on her. These are fantastic. I love the graphics. New cards don't have anything on these vintage cards. I know, Amy. It is great. It is amazing. And then there's random stamps on the back. It's kind of weird. So yeah, I snagged that. I mean, I paid up. I paid $15 for it, but I was like, that is well worth 15. You know, those just a couple of those cards will pay for the whole album, because those mechanical cards, especially when you list those do really, really well. But so that was everything I picked up at that estate sale. We then went to 2 antique malls after that, which I got some crazy stuff there. I got some amazing stuff at the bins. I always say look in the bags, because I opened up a bag and there was a those sleigh bells on the leather strap. Brand new. Like, well, I mean, it's vintage, but it was in amazing shape. Yeah. And then when we were at the antique mall, I saw the exact same set priced for $50. I was like, what? And then I found a chalkware pincushion doll, Victorian chalkware pincushion doll, at the bottom of the bins, not broken. I don't know how that happened. So we found some great stuff. So you have to stay tuned for the haul. Yeah, Amy, I don't know. I mean, it was kind of like when I found the Fenton Christmas trees in the bins. They were in the bottom of the bins. And trust me, these bins were being tossed. I mean, my daughter's husband was like, yeah, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back here. But it was crazy crowded. We were like really surprised. But we still found quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I walked out of there with an IKEA bag full, which, you know, some days we get more than that, but I was like, actually fine. I didn't want much more. But what I found was pretty amazing. So yeah, I think I have about 3 more videos of stuff to do just over those 2 days. It's crazy. So we were really excited. But anywho, like I said, Wednesday we are prepping for the vintage recipe box, recipe cards. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel as well, Amy. It's Bayou Bell Antiques over there as well. So I do a lot of, if I film that day, I'll do like the footage of where we went, and then I'll do a haul at the end of it. So there'll be at least 2 more videos coming out. So yeah. So I just finished editing stuff that I got at Christmas when my mom was here. So I just said, well, I'll just do this today. I try to do one once a week, if life isn't lifing. So, but I thought this one I didn't film at the estate sale, and there would have been no way to have filmed. I mean, it was crazy. It was packed, and it was a little bitty house. So I thought, well, this one would be good for a live haul to show what I got. So stay tuned because some of the stuff will be coming to Vamp. Some of it's going to other places. You know what I mean? But I was really excited to have found all this vintage Halloween because Halloween is getting harder and harder to find. It's crazy. But so anywho, with that, I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, I used to find it all the time here, Amy, but lately, this past Halloween, it was scarce. And I used to find like the Kimple mold, like the reindeers and the sleighs, because I always could had buyers that were looking for those. I haven't been seeing any of it lately, so I don't know what's going on. And it's not even just like in our thrift stores, even in the antique malls, I haven't been seeing an abundance of it. So not really sure what's going on with that. But anywho, so I will today getting ready, like I said, for the recipe box sale. Each box is going to have handwritten recipes in it, and then we're going to have something else along with that. So keep an eye on my sale for Wednesday, and I'll start loading those up. So maybe you'll find something that you're interested in. Okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. I don't think anybody's on yet, right? Because I think the next person was coming on at 2:15 my time. But if anybody's on, we'll raid them. If not, I will see y'all Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye, y'all.